Hey guys, this is Roxann Smithers, your trusted 360 General Counsel with the Smithers Law Group, and this is a note from my Legalpad. So this is part one in our 5-part series, the questions that you need to ask before you become a real estate investor. So our first question is, am I an actual investor or simply a lender? On many occasions, I've had clients come to me and they describe an investment scenario where they have given someone X number of dollars. And in exchange for those X number of dollars, the person has promised that they're going to renovate this home, they're going to flip it, they're going to sell it, and then my potential client is going to receive their initial funds back plus some amount, either a flat dollar amount or some percentage of the proceeds from the sale. And in my client's mind, they are an investor in a business venture, a real estate venture. But in reality, they are simply a lender. Because a lender is someone who gives a person a certain amount of money for a specific purpose or a specific amount of time. And in exchange for that, you are going to get your money back plus some additional amount. For example, you may loan someone $50,000 and they are promising to give back to you $75,000, or they may give you back 5 to 10% interest on the $50,000 that you have loaned them. That is a loan and not an investment. In that situation, you want to make sure you have a written loan agreement that details the terms of this relationship. You want to also have a promissory note, which essentially is a document that the borrower signs saying they promise to return these funds to you by a certain date or in a certain fashion with a certain amount returned in interest or return on that investment. Okay, that loan agreement can be secured or unsecured, meaning there is some sort of asset or collateral that is attached to that loan. In these sort of instances for real estate investment, I am always recommending that that is a secured loan and that it is secured by the property, the real estate, that's the issue of the loan in the first place. In order to do that, you then have to have in that loan agreement language that says that the real estate property is being put up as collateral and it is being used to secure repayment of this debt. The second step you have to have is you have to make sure that you then also have a security deed that is filed in the county where the property is located in the Deeds and Records Office. This gives notice to the entire world that you have a secured interest in this property up to the amount of your loan plus the amount that you are expecting or agreed to be paid back. Additional protection that you can have in that loan agreement is that you ask that the borrower, if it's an individual or if it's a company, that they provide an additional guarantee, a personal guarantee of their personal assets to secure that loan. You may need additional security deeds or what are called UCC filings that are also a public record to show that you have a secured interest in that person's property, in that person's assets. Remember, one of the key differences between a loan and an investment is a loan, there's a guaranteed amount that is being paid back. An investment, you do not have a guarantee of a return. So in the instance that what you're looking for is in fact an actual investment relationship versus a loan relationship, that is a situation where someone, you, provides money. In exchange for that money, you are given equity or an ownership interest in that business venture. In real estate, that would be an equity interest in either the actual title to the property or an equity interest in the entity that is going to own that property. So you want to make sure you understand what type of equity interest you're going to have. For example, if the property is owned by or being purchased by an LLC, a limited liability company, then you want to make sure that you are a member or a part owner in that LLC, because that LLC is the entity that is actually owning the property. Your other option is to make sure that you are listed as an owner on the deed. So you actually are listed on the deed to the property when it's purchased. And that limits the ability of anyone to take action with regards to that property without your input and without your permission. So if you're going to take an ownership interest in a legal entity that's going to own the property, that can be an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, a partnership, or any of the various legal structures that are available. In which case, you're going to own stocks or shares in that entity. You'll want to have a stock or share agreement, or you'll want to be part of the operating agreement or the partnership agreement, depending on the type of entity that's involved in your deal. Again, if you want to secure your ownership with an interest in the property, you need to have your name on the deed. You may also want to make sure that you have a security deed for that property to show that your investment is secured by that property. You want to be very clear on who or what actually you are going to have equity in, the property directly or in a business entity that owns the property. Now, the most important and key thing that you have to understand about an investment, there is always a risk of loss associated with an investment. Just like at any other point, you start your business, you've invested money in your business with the hope that that investment is going to give you a return. It's going to provide maybe a salary for you, help you to provide for your family. But there's always a risk that that business may not actually succeed and the money that you've invested in that business may be lost. Same situation if you're an investor in a real estate venture. Your investment and a return on that investment is not guaranteed. So please beware of anyone who's promising you, guaranteeing you a return on your investment. That is simply not true. So as we close out our first part of this series on being a real estate investor, again, the question that you want to ask and know the answer to is, am I an actual investor or simply a lender? And then depending on what your answer is to that question, you'll want to protect and secure your interest as a lender, or you'll want to protect and secure your interest as an investor. This has been a note from my Legalpad. And if you'd like more information about the attorneys at Smithers Law Group, you can go to our website at STU Law Group, or you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn at the Smithers Law Group. This has been a note from our Legalpad. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.